a chance to talk with Coach Matt Hauser. Joining me at courtside is Matt Hauser, head coach of the Lady Cougars, and the final regular season home game, senior night. It's always a bittersweet night, isn't it?
It is. It's always a fun day, a lot of emotions, a lot of heart that's going to be played in this game, especially for our 5 seniors, so I'm really excited for them.
Well, before we talk about the game, I know you're going to you'll honor the seniors after
the game,
between the 2 games today.
Yeah, it's always after the game.
So that'll be that's always a special time.
It is very special, and I'm looking forward to it because these seniors have put so much blood, sweat, and tears in this program, and helped shape it into one of the national powerhouses in the country. And they're leaving a great mark behind, and to inspire all the young ones that are coming in to do as good as they did or better. So that's what you want.
Georgia Southwestern's in here tonight for the final regular season home game, and I don't want to take anything away from Georgia Southwestern, but right now, in my opinion, it seems to be we got to focus on ourselves. We got to focus on just getting a win. It doesn't matter each game coming up because it's really, as we talked last week, we're in a playoff mode right now.
Yes, we are. I think it doesn't matter who we're playing right now. Every game is treated like a playoff game. There's so much riding on the line on every single win and loss, not just for us, but a lot of people that are in the region rankings, the playoff, conference tournament playoff rankings. So we have got to just finish out strong and continues to be strong going in the conference tournament.
Well, this time of year, you can drive yourself crazy looking at the region rankings as they're out, and then trying to look at 6 or 7 different schedules, and if they do this and if they do that, and in reality, we can't do anything about them.
Exactly.
It's just us.
Exactly. The stars align for certain, teams and coaches and players, and as of right now, we just got to take care of business ourselves and just win out. And the rest, the cards will fall where they may, the pieces will fall where they may, but at the end of the day, a lot of stuff can happen. But one thing that will take care of you during all that is making sure that you're getting the wins on the win column.
All right, Matt, good luck.
All right, thank you so much.
We'll start with the visiting Kings of Georgia Southwestern. At 1 forward of 5'9", senior from Covington, number 2, Caitlin Smith. At forward of 5'8", senior from Lathomia, Georgia, number 45, Mariah Trumbull.
Scott Miller back at Herbert Green Court with the Lady Cougars and the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes about to go at it. Joined at courtside, as always, at home by my friend, broadcast partner, former Cougar great Mike Sanda. And as we talked with Matt on the pregame show, Mike, it really, for the last week or so, for this basketball team, they have been in playoff mode because they feel like they just have to keep winning as many games as they can, and whatever else happens in the other 2 leagues in the region and then this league just happens.
Yeah, that stuff is completely out of their control, and all you can do is win games. I mean, right now, they're, in 4th, looking up at Clayton State. That game that they dropped last week here to Clayton State really hurt, but they still have everything out in front of them. Win tonight, win Saturday, get in that conference tournament, do what you're supposed to do, and you're going to give yourself a chance.
So they've wrapped up fourth place. They can get as high as third. And by the way, Clayton State still they will close out at home against North Georgia on Saturday. So it's very likely we could end up in a tiebreaker, and then you just go down the line and see what happens with that. But also the region rankings, and that's really CSU dropped from 9 to 10 this week. Clayton State caused them to drop one by moving into the top 8 at number 8. And Landers still 1, North Georgia 2, and you got schools from the other 2 leagues in the region in between them and Clayton State.
Well, the thing about it is if Clayton State loses to North Georgia, which in my opinion is quite likely because North Georgia is probably the best team I've seen all year. If that happens, once you get into that conference tournament, if Clayton State loses again and you take care of business, you can hop on up and get into that top 8. But first things first, let's take care of this game tonight and the one on Saturday and go from there.
All right, so senior night had some ceremonies before the game. The actual senior night presentations will be held between the 2 games tonight. And we are underway here at the Lumpkin Center as the tap is controlled by Georgia Southwestern. They kick it over down into the right corner. Dribbling in, lost a handle on it. Kayla Carter picked it up. Kayla drives back, and the senior misses the layup, but Dawkins had a rebound for a moment. Lost it. Southwestern tried to save it from going back out of bounds, threw it into Dawkins, and they've got it back again. That was like a pinball machine.
It really was. Very sloppy play there from both teams.
Behind the arc on the right side, Perez swings it around in the left corner. Low block in the paint. Weak side post pass blocked by Dawkins, out of bounds. Belongs to CSU.
A lot of contact down there. Dawkins with the block shot, and I think the coach for Georgia Southwestern looking for a foul that time.
Toxiana Wilson also looking for a foul. She got hit in the nose and has to come out of the game. And you're wincing because you've been there.
I have. That is seriously painful. And just barely into round 1, somebody landed a shot. I don't know if it was her lip or her nose, but she was in some obvious pain there.
And they're having to wipe up some blood from the floor. So, you're right, I couldn't really tell. It looked like the nose, but it could be the lip as well.
But she took a shot, and you saw it right away. I mean, her hand went straight to her face. But, you get hit in the face, whether it's your nose or your mouth or whatever, that is quite painful.
So, Toxie is being attended to by Silver, our trainer. And speaking of injuries, we do have Leasia Williamson back tonight. She missed a couple of games, and so she is back. And so it's great to get her back in the lineup.
Getting her back, it will be big. And I give Coach Hauser a lot of credit for really kind of holding this thing together. I mean, you get down to 7 players, and, man, you look down that bench, and there's just nothing really there. So credit to Coach Hauser for keeping the train on the tracks and keeping CSU right in contention for some postseason play.
There were probably maybe 2 games in that stretch, Mike, that we won, and the only reason we won, well, the big reason we won, I should say, is that just pure heart and guts, and they just had to buckle down and do it, and that's what they did.
Well, and this team doesn't always shoot it very well, but the one thing they do on a consistent basis is they play hard, and they play to win, and they are a well-coached bunch.
Well, there was a lot of blood everywhere on the floor and on one of the Georgia Southwestern players' uniform. They had to get that off of her uniform. So we are back underway here. Into the front court is Kayla Carter. She gets it to Ajane Dawkins. Down to Chris Boston in the paint. Knocked out of her hands into Ebo's hands, and she shoots it up and in.
Well, that's Ebo's game. Just kind of lurk around that 8 to 10 foot area, and nice shot there.
So the first basket of the game here on senior night. Behind the arc on the left side, up top for three, no, and we've got a foul underneath on Southwestern. Kayla Smith.
Well, CSU will certainly be content to allow Southwestern to chuck up threes. They only shoot 25% from out there and miss that one.
They have a new coach this year, Justin Payne. And they just took the ball away from Dawkins at the head of the key. Bad pass, turnover, back the other way. Valmerlo throws a long bad pass. Southwestern gets it, then they dribble it off of their knee. And out of bounds, Blue did, belongs to CSU. So it's sort of been a disjointed start to the game for both sides. And with the injury, Toxie is back behind the bench now, by the way. Here is Chris into the paint, missed it on the low block, and then it's touched last by CSU out of bounds.
Well, Chris Boston with a real big size advantage down there. She needs to finish that play. That was an easy look at the basket.
Perez into the front court. They kick it over on the far side to Chapman. Down in the corner to Perez. Puts it on the floor. Back up top to Blue in the paint. Threw up a prayer and got answered by a foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Well, she drove through the entire CSU defense there. Interesting looking shot there, Scott.
Well, just threw it up and hoped somebody would foul her, and that was the result.
Well, I can say this, if I was playing her in horse and I saw her do that, I would I'd be a little worried. That was a interesting looking shot.
And now one of the Georgia Southwestern players has a contact issue, and she's walked off the floor for a moment, and their trainer with the solution and back into the eye. So, man, I feel like we need to put a bubble around you and me over here.
Yeah,
things are going
it's
bad.
An episode of MASH more so than a basketball game. And I think Josh down here has dinner reservations. I can see him complaining. Need to get this thing moving a little bit.
The free throw is no good. Yeah, Josh is we got a baseball game going on at the moment and other things happening. Josh is doing about 3 or 4 different jobs at one time. Free throw by Blue is good, and it's 2-1. Lady Cougars on top. Between the circles, Kayla. Ebo, right wing, behind the arc, bounce pass to Boston, mid-post, right side. Dawkins turns around, shoots, misses, and the rebound goes to Southwestern.
CSU has the right idea. Pound that ball down inside. You just have to convert.
Chapman up top to Smith. Blue down in the corner, a drive. Her shot is blocked by Boston. Threw it right to a blue jersey. 3-on-1 layup good by Trimble.
Wow, did you see that pass from Perez? A little mustard on that one. Behind the back action. I like it.
Zipped it.
She really did.
And the Hurricanes lead it 3-2. Kayla Carter. Boston, low block. Backing down, posting up. Off the glass, missed it hard. And the rebound goes to the Hurricanes. Chapman, left wing, reverses it to Perez. That's Blue on the arc. Perez up top between the circles. Chapman, left wing. 7 on the shot clock. Play instructions from the head coach. Perez slashing into the paint, and a second foul on Chris Boston right at the shot clock buzzer. It looked like she was just standing there.
Well, that's a bailout call right there, and a smart play by Perez. I mean, she had nothing else to do. The clock was running out, so she ran in there and ran right into Chris Boston and picks up the foul, and as you mentioned, that's 2 on Chris Boston.
So she goes to the bench, And the free throw is good by Perez. I see Val Merlo standing right in front of us. That reminds me, her parents are here all the way from Spain for senior night. The free throw is no good, missed it. And back the other way, CSU. Mike, it's the first time they've seen her play in the U.S.
Well, that's pretty cool.
A baseline jumper by Ebo is no good. Backside rebound goes to the Hurricanes. Yeah, indeed. So, you know, it's expensive to get over here from Spain. And baseline drive. There's Trimble in the paint. Kicks it out to Chapman. Chapman, a short jumper, no good. Dawkins with a rebound. And Oz gives it to Kayla Carter, one of our seniors. Val Merlo's a senior. Baseline drive. She's fouled by Chapman. And CSU will get it on the baseline. Merlos will try to get it into the right of the basket. Tosses it up top to Kayla Carter. Kayla for three, no. Rebound, Georgia Southwestern. Into the front court. Chapman, Perez, Blue, left wing. Up high on the wing. Blue off of a screen. Kicks it to Chapman for three. Shot it long. Ebo got hammered on a rebound attempt.
A clear foul there by Perez. She doesn't like the call, but you're not allowed to run across the court and slam into somebody. Ebo taking the punishment there.
A little pass interference.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like, pass interference.
Kayla Carter between the circles. 4:58 left in a very slow start for both teams. 4-2 Georgia Southwestern in the first quarter. Toxie misses one inside, and Georgia Southwestern grabs the rebound.
This is brutal. Just brutal offensive basketball for both teams.
Perez, a scoop shot, hit the underside of the backboard. CSU the other way. Kayla, long pass to Ebo, who's fouled, and will go to the line to shoot two when we come back from the media timeout. 4:35 left in the first quarter. Georgia Southwestern 4, CSU 2.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
Well, Georgia Southwestern leading 4-2 over halfway through the first quarter. CSU was 1 of 8 from the floor, 12.5%. Georgia Southwestern is 1 of 6, 16.7%.
Well, I was looking at the stat sheet. A work of art, it is not. This has just been ugly basketball through the first half of this first quarter.
And Ebo's free throw is no good. And the second one is good. 4-3 Hurricanes. We're going to press off the made free throw. Johnson in the back court, a little between the leg dribble into the front court, head of the key, Blue. Kicks it on the wing to Samuel. Samuel, head of the key. Left wing is Johnson. 9 on the shot clock. Johnson to the baseline. Jumper, no good. Rebound, Georgia Southwestern, and a foul in the lane. And they'll go to the line to shoot two. Dawkins with her first foul.
Another wild-looking shot there from Southwestern, but they continue to draw contact, getting that ball in the lane. And you know, the one thing, Scott, Southwestern, for a team that really doesn't have a whole lot to play for, is playing with a lot of energy. Now, they're not as talented as CSU, but they are certainly playing like they are into the game. And that's really sometimes hard to do. Your season is pretty much over with, but they are doing a nice job coming out and playing with some effort.
And the second one is good. And 5-3 Hurricanes. Kayla Carter between the circles. Ebo. Kayla up top. Val dribbles to the head of the key. Bounce pass to Dawkins. They cut the drive off. Kicks it to Ebo. Jumper off the glass too hard. Long rebound, Kayla Carter. Short jumper, no good. Backside rebound, Georgia Southwestern. Into the front court, down the left side of the lane. Doubled, kicks it back out to Blue. Lee Williamson and Arian Dozier go to the scorers table. Try to get somebody in that can get some offense going. Baseline, they throw it right through the paint and out of bounds. Johnson looked like she might be able to get there, but in the end she couldn't, so a turnover.
Another poor possession for Georgia Southwestern. And a lot of times, Scott, you'd say, well, there's a lid on the basket, but that's not the case. A lot of these shots have not even been close. So maybe, as you said, with Lee coming into the game and Fruit joining her, we'll get a little offense going.
Lee's missed the last few games, back now. Kayla Carter. Lee cuts to the basket. Gets to the weak side. Fruit, head of the key. There's Lee, left wing. Up top, Kayla Carter. Dawkins at the elbow. Lost the handle on it in the paint. Another turnover. Southwestern comes the other way. Blue. Head of the key, Johnson. Trimble throws it to us. Out of bounds. You were ready, it just didn't get here.
Yeah, a little weak on the pass there, but as you said, I've learned over the years to be ready. I've been chastised a few times by you for not protecting the talent over here.
Well, it's the small print in the contract.
A small contract it is.
Yes. There's Val Merlos for three, no. And a rebound goes to Georgia Southwestern. My goodness, 2:24 to go in the quarter. It's 5-3 Hurricanes. They throw it right to Dawkins. She throws a long one. Good pass to Lee Williamson, but then an outstanding play by Blue to knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, good call, Scott. Blue was able to get in there, and she got all ball. She used that left hand and came down right on top of the basketball.
Val Merlos baseline and tried to get it on the weak side block, and the Hurricanes knocked it out of bounds. Merlos gets it in to Williamson. Lee back to Val. Puts it on the floor. Kicks it to Dawkins inside the elbow on the left side. Good.
There we go. Nice pass that time by Val Merlos to Dawkins.
And that ties the game at 5. Bad pass stolen by Fruit. Her layup attempt is blocked. And the Hurricanes come away with it. Into the front court.
That was another good block there.
Really
that was all ball. No contact with the body or anything.
So we finally reached double-digit scoring combined, and there's 96 seconds left in the first quarter. Behind the arc on the left side in the paint. Johnson up top for three. Shot it long. And Arian Dozier swiped the rebound away, but then a good hustle and a nice job to knock it out of bounds by Cochran.
That was good hustle all the way around. That was a great hustle by Fruit going after that ball, but as you mentioned, the little guard for Southwestern doing a nice job getting back.
Kayla Carter Gets it to Dawkins, head of the key. And her pass is to Bob Euchre in the front row. Way over the heads and out of bounds.
I love Bob Euchre. Is he still doing the Brewers games?
He is still doing the home games for the Brewers. He is, yeah. He is also one of my all-time favorites.
I like to check out YouTube from time to time and go look at some of his old clips. He is a funny, funny guy.
His induction speech into the Baseball Hall of Fame is hilarious. All right, they throw it away again. Lee Williamson back the other way. Layup is good. Welcome back, Lee.
Well, that was a nice play by Lee, and it's just nice to see the ball go in the basket. So CSU now up 7-5. It's not a baseball game.
Yeah, with 43 seconds left in the first quarter here. Down in the corner is Cochran. Puts it on the floor, drives into the paint. Good pass and layup good. Bounced on the rim and dropped in.
Yeah, that was really pretty that time. That was a no-look pass. And we're knotted up, a touchdown apiece.
Tied at lucky sevens with 16 seconds left in the quarter, and the shot clock is off. Fruit down the right side of the lane, off the glass too hard. Rebound Ebo with 5, with 4. Val Merlos a long 3. Oh, shot it a little long at the buzzer. And that's the end of the first quarter. Columbus State 7, Georgia Southwestern 7.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Scott Miller, Mike Sanda back at Herbert Green Court, Lumpkin Center, and the Lady Cougars are all tied up with the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes 7-7. CSU 17.6% from the floor, 3 of 17. And Georgia Southwestern 2 of 9, 22.2%. I think that just sums it all up right there.
Well, the beauty of being able to do this great job with you is you never know what you're going to see when you show up. And what we've seen so far has been really, really bad. I'm still having fun, though.
9 turnovers for Georgia Southwestern, 7 now for CSU as they start the quarter with a turnover and a layup by Kayla Smith.
So we have 16 total turnovers and 16 total points.
Yikes. Well, Ebo for 3, head of the key, no good. Rebound goes to Georgia Southwestern.
I think part of it, Scott, is when CSU missed those layups early, that may have gotten them going. You know, they missed some easy shots, and they just have not recovered from that.
That's a good point. Between the circles, baseline, wide open underneath. The layup is up and good by Kayla Smith.
CSU in that zone. Georgia Southwestern, really since the opening tip, has done a pretty good job of moving the ball. And once again, crisp passing led to that easy layup.
Lee Williamson behind the arc on the right side. Val Merlos. Kayla Carter picks up the dribble. Val for 3, short. Backside rebound, Hurricanes. Johnson with a strong rebound. The outlet to Cochran. Cochran into the front court. Johnson up top, drives into the paint, and a runner is good.
So on one end, Johnson with the nice rebound, and comes down on the offensive end and converts, and pretty big lead in a game like this for Southwestern. They're up 6.
An 8-0 run for the Hurricanes. Palomarelos drives in, inside the elbow, jumper good.
She doesn't make too many of those 2-point shots, but that was a nice job there. Really put it up there soft, good looking shot.
Into the front court. I seem to say this a lot, but you don't get style points. You got to just figure out a way to win the game.
And we've seen this from this team this year. You know, they've been so short-handed, they just have to figure out a way to win, and looks like that's going to be the case here again.
Southwestern over and back. Johnson tried to save it, couldn't do it.
And give the ref credit there for being right on top of that call. Her foot was on that line, and sometimes tough to see, but the ref in good position to make the proper call.
Yeah, he hustled back and got even with the line, so good pickup on your part there.
And that gentleman's done more than a few games here. Always does a nice job.
Ebo, Kayla Carter. Pass is knocked out of bounds by Trimble.
We really need something out of Chris Boston. I mean, she has an advantage down there. She has a size advantage, and need to keep throwing it into her.
Had to sit out a while with the 2 fouls. And the pass is deflected and stolen, turnover. But I think Coach Hauser recognizes that same thing, Mike. He just had to get her back in there despite the foul trouble.
Yeah, having such a struggle on the offensive end, trying to get Chris Boston involved.
Down in the corner, puts it on the floor. Shot is up, no good. Rebound, Kayla Carter. Kayla into the front court. Lee, pass to Dawkins, low block, and another turnover. Into the front court. 6:52 left in the first half. 13-9, Georgia Southwestern. And another turnover. CSU with a run out. Ebo with the layup and missed it.
That's getting fancy there. Just go put the ball up on the square and make the shot. There's just no excuse for that.
Got to use the glass. Head of the key. Cochran for 3. Good down in the left corner.
And I believe that is the first 3-point make in this game, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, my friend. So 16-9, Georgia Southwestern. 6:04 to play in the first half. Lee Williamson puts it on the floor, drives into the paint, puts the shot up, no good. Chris Boston got a rebound, put it up short, and the rebound goes to Georgia Southwestern. Lee Williamson stole it, and a whistle and a foul. He's going to say the foul was on the floor.
So lucky for CSU, they called the foul on Southwestern. It could have been a jump ball there. Just a scrum for the ball down under the basket.
5:50 left in the second quarter. Here's Fruit checking back in, and Dawkins coming out. So Southwestern up by 7. They're on an 11-2 run now. Ebo wanted to get it inside, couldn't. Got it to Lee for 3. That'll work. Good.
Well, CSU badly needed that, and that's CSU's first 3 of the game.
Lee knocked the ball out of bounds.
I do like the pressure from CSU. When your offense is not rolling in the half court, you need to try to find a way to get some easy baskets.
Blue to Trimble. Trimble dribbles it into the front court, gives it back to Blue. Behind the arc, right side. Up top for 3, good.
That's 2 in a row now for Southwestern, a 25% three-point shooting team. They've knocked down their last 2.
That was Samuel who made the long one. 19-12. Hurricanes. Chris Boston passes it to Fruit. Back to Boston. Short jumper. No. Backside rebound, Ebo. Mid-range jumper, no. Deflected to Fruits, and she's fouled. And that'll get us to a media timeout. 4:54 left in the first half. Georgia Southwestern leading 19-12 here on Cougar Sports TV.
Kids fall in love with sports. Our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
Georgia Southwestern leading CSU 19-12. 4:54 left here in the first half. CSU still at 19.2%, Mike.
5 of 26, and they've turned the ball over 9 times. And if you do that, you are going to dig yourself a hole, and that's exactly what's happened. CSU trails by 7.
All right, with the ball. Kayla Carter having trouble and gets it into Boston mid-post up top, Lee Williamson. Lee dribbles to the right side. Gets it to Boston, mid-post. Posting up in the paint now. Turns off the glass, missed it, and the rebound goes to the Hurricanes. Man, that's usually money for her.
Really is. That's been the story for her in the entire first half. And Chris Boston now 0 for 5 from the field, all from point-blank range.
Hurricanes by 7, 4:21 left in the first half. Another turnover for the Hurricanes. Fruit all the way. Her shot is blocked out of bounds with some authority by Samuel.
They must practice that because they do quite the good job of blocking shots without making contact. That's another nice play.
And get the ball into Boston. Trying to muscle her way up, and they took it away from her, and a foul on CSU.
That's one of those plays there with Chris Boston where she just needs to go straight up. Just she has the ball, no reason to bring it down, just go straight up with it.
And foul was on Ebo. We're going to press. Blue blows by everybody into the front court all the way, dishes it off, stopped the drive, and kicked it back up to Trimble. 3:58 to play in the first half. Georgia Southwestern with the ball and a 7-point lead. Blue, great pass to Trimble, layup good.
That was pretty. Just dribble, jump stop right on top of the peach in the lane, and create an easy basket for your teammate.
Hurricanes up, numbers in reverse, 21-12. Fruit driving the baseline, drew the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot two. Georgia Southwestern trying to put a damper on senior night here. And after our team gave their seniors flowers.
I was wondering about that. That's hasn't been the norm in the past.
Free throw is no good.
Kindler, gentler world we're living in these days, Scott.
Yep. And that one is good. 21-13. We're going to press. Johnson still back there. Blue will make it into the front court. Gets it to Trimble. Good pass underneath. Drawing the foul is Smith. I tell you, they do a nice job of passing the basketball.
They really do. They share it very well, and when they're sharing the ball, the passes have all been right on the money. Just hit the player right in the hands, and I mean they do it so well. I mean it's just very noticeable. I mean they really do a nice job of sharing the basketball.
Foul was on Tatiana Wilson. We're happy to see Toxie back in the game after getting hit in the face at the very beginning of the game. The free throw is no good. By the way, congratulations to Tatiana Wilson. She is the lone CSU representative on the women's all-academic Peach Belt basketball team.
Oh, good for her. That's quite a nice honor.
They missed the free throw, tried to save it from going out of bounds, but couldn't do it. And on the men's team, we had one representative, and that's Carl Ivy.
How about that? Good for Carl.
Yeah. Into the front court. Kayla gets it to Fruit, to Toxie, back out to Lee. Perez runs at her. She can't get a shot off. Back to Toxie, low block. Her shot is blocked. She got it back, though. Kayla, an open three, missed it. Backside rebound, a hustle rebound by Fruit. And then Southwestern knocked the pass out of bounds.
At last check, CSU had 7 offensive rebounds. You can tack a few more onto that. That's the one area in this game CSU's done a good job of rebounding the ball. They've certainly had enough opportunities.
Kayla Carter, good pass to Toxie, low block. Her shot is blocked again. She got it back, but she's on the baseline. They are a blocking machine.
They really are, and a lot of times, you know, when you see those blocks, you see a lot of contact. I mean, Scott, I have not seen one of these that hasn't been clean. It's unbelievable.
We're pressing again. They get it into Trimble. She gets it over to Blue on the sideline, runs it into the front court. They trap her, and she throws a bad pass. Turnover. Toxie comes away with it. Lee Williamson into the front court. Lee had it knocked away and stolen. Johnson, I started to say, got away with a double dribble, but the official on the far side caught it.
It's a good call. That is a very, very good call. Johnson doesn't like it, but you saw it, I saw it, and thankfully the ref saw it.
Southwestern coach thought that we had knocked the ball away and made contact, but that was not the case. Lee Williamson up top, puts it on the floor, leaves it for Fruit, who drives off the glass, missed it. She got it back and knocked out of bounds by Georgia Southwestern. 2:11 left in the first half, 21-13. Georgia Southwestern on top. Lady Cougars with the ball. Get it in the lead behind the arc on the right side. Driving into the paint, a little runner's good.
Very nice. Just a nice individual play by Lee Williamson. She has 7 of CSU's 15.
They throw a long pass back to Smith. We get back, though, and so she tosses it back out front. Behind the arc on the left side. Way out on the right wing is Johnson. Pass is deflected. Williamson stole it. Lee's back the other way, and a whistle and a held ball is going to be called, and the arrow belongs to Georgia Southwestern. They did it again.
Did it again. It's unbelievable. And this is one of the things that Coach Hauser will probably talk to his ladies about at halftime is that when you go in there, you better go strong. And really, Scott, using your offhand to protect yourself, that may be something that Coach Hauser emphasizes because Southwestern is absolutely erasing everything around the basket.
And they get it into Trimble. And great pass to Blue into the front court. Blue, good pass to Smith, but that's a charge drawn by Toxiana Wilson.
Toxiana really saved the day right there. Another easy layup there for Georgia Southwestern, but Toxie stepping in there and taking the charge.
So 90 seconds left in the first half. 21-15, Georgia Southwestern. Ebo, Kayla Carter for 3, good.
That's a big shot right there, and she caught that ball with her feet set, ready to shoot, and that makes a big difference. Nice 3 from Kayla Carter.
Get CSU to within 3. That's Kayla's first points of this very strange first half. Perez, great pass to Smith, layup good.
We've seen a lot of that in the first half. Perez just getting in that lane And Coach Hauser not happy at the moment.
And he calls a 30-second timeout. We'll hold it right here at courtside. We're on the road at Young Harris on Saturday up in the North Georgia mountains. And we'll be on the air at 1:30 for the women's game, 3:30 for the men's game, right here on Cougar Sports TV, audio only for you.
Those will be revenge games for both teams. Young Harris came in here earlier in the year and swept both games. So CSU looking for some payback this weekend. I certainly hope the temperatures warm up for you just a wee bit before you have to head up there.
They're not. That's the short story.
Okay.
They're not. That's the short story, and there's a chance of some snow flurries or something. But now the Lady Cougars will be right back here 1 week from tonight to open Peach Belt Conference play. We do not know the opponent as of yet, nor the game time, so stay tuned. We'll let you know. We throw the ball away with 39 seconds, so another turnover.
That will absolutely drive a coach bananas right out of a timeout.
16 on the shot clock. Ebo stole the ball right back. Ebo, and the pass is kicked, I should say, by Blue. I'm so used to saying blocked for them, but it was kicked.
There's been a lot of things in this game that will drive coaches crazy. Driving you and I crazy watching it.
31 total turnovers now. Lee for three down to the corner. Air ball long into the hands of Southwestern. Oh, and a foul way back in the backcourt, but not in the bonus.
How many turnovers did you say? 31?
18 for Georgia Southwestern, 13 for CSU.
Wow.
My goodness. 13 seconds. Another turnover. Lee, 7 seconds. Plenty of time. Great pass to Fruit, and she lays it up and in with 2 seconds, and that's the way the first half will end, with CSU trailing 23-20. So the turnovers, just a quick look. Mike's going to take a deeper look at it in just a moment. But a combined 32 turnovers and a combined 43 points.
Well, I'll have the stats in a moment, but let's erase this and hope for better things from both teams in the second half. That was ugly.
Anybody's game here at the half. We'll have a halftime stats coming up, and we'll also talk with CSU men's coach Robert Moore.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
Joining us here at courtside is Cougars head coach Robert Moore, as the Cougars will be playing their final regular season home game here tonight, and Georgia Southwestern is the opponent. Senior night, always a kind of a bittersweet night, isn't it, Robert?
Oh, yeah, you love to see these guys go out with a bang right here in the Lumpkin Center. But at the same time, Scott, you don't got so close to most of these guys, and then they're leaving you, so then you got a whole new group coming in, so it's bittersweet, like you say.
Well, Georgia Southwestern, they gave us a battle at their place in Americas, but that was one of our really nice road wins.
Oh, yeah. You know, anytime you play Georgia Southwestern, Clayton State, Georgia College, it's sort of like a rival here in Georgia, so you just got to come ready to play, and hopefully with it being senior night, our guys got some enthusiasm and intensity.
Well, we've talked about this for a while now. We have to treat every game like we're just trying to get better, focus on ourselves, get better, and be hot going into the tournament, which will start 1 week from tonight.
And I think our guys are believing in that. We was at Pembroke. We played really hard, made some mistakes down in the stretch. But I think if we come out with that type of intensity every game, I like our chances to win the next 2 games and also do something in the tournament. But our guys got to understand we got to make less mistakes. I thought we made too many mistakes in that Pembroke game.
Yeah, and that was really it. We played hard. We always play hard. We had them on the ropes at their place, the #1 team in the league. But there was a critical mistake here or there that just did us in.
A bad turnover here, missing a rebound there. So if our guys can clean up that kind of stuff, and we can just, because you're never going to be able to play perfect, but we just got to have less mistakes going down the stretch.
All right, what are the keys here tonight?
Rebounding the basketball is going to be key, not turning it over, and we got to make some shots, Scott. You know, we're very good when we make shots, sort of like the Clayton State game last Wednesday. If we come out and hit some shots early, I like our chances.
All right, Robert, thanks.
All right, thank you, Scott.
Coach Robert Moore. And we'll be back here with the first half stats in the women's game with Georgia Southwestern leading 23-20 on Cougar Sports TV.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender. Or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Scott Miller, Mike Sanda back at Herbert Green Court, the Lumpkin Center, and Georgia Southwestern on top 23-20 at the half. And I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to ask Mike to take a close look at the first half stats.
Well, Scott, I have to tell you, I'm excited about this one. Looking forward to this one, maybe as much as any I've done all year. For Georgia Southwestern, they were 9 of 17 from the floor, so they shot almost 53%. The interesting part of that is they only took 17 shots. They were 2 of 5 from 3. They were 3 of 8 from the free throw line. They were led in scoring by Kayla Smith. She had 8 points. Mariah Trimble had 4. Kaya Cochran with 3. Madison Johnson with 2. Jamisha Samuel with 2. Tamisha Blue with 1. And their point guard, Yasmin Perez, had 1 point as well. For CSU, they were 8 of 36 from the floor, 22.2%, 2 of 9 from 3. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. The leading scorer for the Lady Cougars Lee Williamson had 7 points. Arian Dozier with 3. Val Marilos with 2. Ebony Williams with 3. As Dawkins with 2. And Kayla Carter added a 3-pointer late in the half there for her 3 points. And really the story of that first half, the turnovers, unbelievable. Georgia Southwestern turned it over 19 times in one half of basketball. CSU chipped into that stat with 13, so 32 turnovers in the first half, 43 points. Really an ugly 20 minutes of basketball, and hopefully things will improve here in the second half. Or I might just have to walk off. It was bad.
It's not often that you commit 19 turnovers in a half and you lead.
It's crazy, and CSU took more than twice as many shots, 8 of 36. I mean, it was just bad basketball.
All right, we're going to take a break, go away for a little while. We'll be back to right before the start of the second half to get things back going, and we'll hope for better things, Cougar fans, in the second half here on Cougar Sports TV.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
We can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or
Scott Miller, Mike Sanda back at Herbert Green Court inside the Lumpkin Center, and Georgia Southwestern will take a 23-20 lead into the start of the second half here tonight.
And you often say this, and you said it once in the first half, and I totally agree, is, you know, there are no style points. Just find a way to get this game into the W column. And I really do expect CSU to play a better half in this second half. And really, I mentioned it once in the first half, CSU getting off to that slow start, missing those shots around the basket just kind of set the tone for the entire half. Let's see if they go right back in there and get Chris Boston a couple of looks at the rim here.
I think it's a great observation on your part, and let's see, hopefully we can make one right off the jump and get things going in the second half. Dawkins to Boston down low, off the glass, missed it. Dawkins got it back and scored.
Well, there we go. They went right down in there to Chris Boston and unable to finish, but Aj there to clean up the trash down there.
And CSU draws to within one. 9:36 to play in the final regular season home game. They'll be back here first round of the Peach Belt tournament next week. In and out for three from Perez in the corner. Kayla Carter comes away with it. Ebo, a drive, another block shot from behind, and another strip underneath from Chris Boston. Trimble back, off the glass, good, and a blocking foul on Kayla Carter.
Another block shot for Southwestern, and right there, that was an excellent call by the official. Kayla Carter, I had a great angle there. She's still moving that time, not set, and so Georgia Southwestern with a chance to answer here at the line. Did her shot go in, Scott?
I thought it went in.
I did too.
And it did go in. They just didn't put it up on the board. So it should be 26-22. And Josh is trying to get their attention on the scoreboard. I know my eyes are getting old. I don't think they're that old. There's Kayla for three. Good.
Very nice by Kayla Carter. And when I watch Kayla, it's almost the quicker she decides she's going to shoot it, the better off. The more time she has to think about it, the worse it is. But that's her second three here in this game.
So we answer their three-point play with a three-point shot. Perez down in the corner, baseline drive, weaving through traffic. Smith traveled with the ball. Good defense there.
Excellent defense. So another turnover for Georgia Southwestern. I don't know what the Peach Belt record is, but they have a chance at it.
Good pass to Dawkins in the paint, misses it. Boston got a rebound out to Lee. Kayla for three, short this time. Boston fighting for a rebound and got it. Kicked it out, got it back, kicked it out again, wants it back, got it. Shot is blocked. This time a foul is called, And I don't blame Trimble for being upset with that one. It looked like there was daylight there.
Yeah, it was quite a generous call for CSU. Hands straight up, looked like it was all ball, but maybe this is what Chris Boston needs, a trip to the line.
And the first one is good.
And sometimes, Scott, you and I both know, sometimes you just have those nights where the ball just won't go in, and good to see Chris getting to the line and making them.
And that one is good. So her first 2 points gives CSU the lead. In the backcourt, they're in trouble, and a 10-second count. Never got close to getting it across. Oh, they got a timeout first, did they, or no?
Well, there's 24 on the shot clock.
So timeout, Georgia Southwestern, and we'll take the timeout.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
So Georgia Southwestern got a timeout, 27-26 CSU. Southwestern throws it into the front court. And Dawkins just stole the ball. She's ahead of the field, layup good.
That's 21 turnovers for Southwestern, and that one led to an easy run out.
Into the front court. Dribbling behind the arc, 29-26. CSU leads by 3. Drive in the lane, no good. Rebound, Ebo. Ebo's pass, good one to Dawkins. Great pass to Boston, good.
And even that one was close. It couldn't decide if it wanted to crawl over the edge of the front of the rim, but it did.
Perez back into the front court. Blue will take a long 3 and miss it. They get a backside rebound. Smith does, kicks it back up.
And this game now much more to CSU's liking. This game starting to pick up the pace a little bit.
CSU on a 9-0 run. Perez drives, and the shot goes up over the backboard and out of bounds.
Right now, Southwestern just a little rattled here. CSU has turned up the pressure.
The 11-3 run to start the half. 9-0 is where it stands on the run meter. Fruit down the middle of the lane, and you could throw a charge on Arian.
That was a textbook flop right there. I mean, that was not a charge.
Into the front court. Foul. And that'll be 3 on Chris.
And this could end up being an important 4-point turnaround. CSU was going to lay it in. They'd have had a 7-point lead. And free throws pending.
No video to go to see the flop. Free throw is no good. Smith is 0 for 3 at the line tonight.
Watch the spin on this shot.
That's a Phil Necro knuckleball. That's no good.
Wow.
That looked just like a knuckleball floating up there. Fruit behind the arc. Good pass to Boston. In the paint, off the glass, good.
Well, Chris Boston made that shot, but really there's no reason for her to bring it down. But finally, she has got going a little bit in the second half.
11-0 run for CSU. 13-3 overall here in the second half. Down in the corner for 3. Good by Samuel.
Samuel with a big shot. CSU threatened to kind of blow it open a little bit, and that really keeps Southwestern in touch.
Kayla Carter, good pass to Dawkins. They strip it from her, though, and come away with it. Numbers for the Hurricanes. Down in the corner, a drive. Dishes it off to Smith. Up no good. Rebound goes to CSU. Outlet pass knocked away. Turnover. And then they throw the ball away. 5:32 left. 33-29. CSU on top in the third quarter.
And Southwestern right there just absolutely gave away 2 points.
Had a breakaway.
Yeah, it did. Had a breakaway. You're right. 2 players out in front of everybody, and they threw it in the stands.
Dawkins left elbow. Down the right side of the lane. And a foul on the floor. So Fruit will try to get it in just to the right of the basket. And having some trouble. Gets it to Dawkins. Jumper short. Got her own miss in the paint. Kicked it to Fruit, who dropped it out of bounds. Into the front court. Perez. Samuel for 3. No. Lee, they strip it from her. Perez lays it up and in. Man.
Lee got a little careless that time with the ball. Perez, very aggressive right there, just took it from Lee and laid it in.
And the Hurricanes are back to within 2. 4:45 left in the third quarter. Kayla Carter all the way. Drive off the glass. No. Austin tipped a rebound out, but it went right to Trimble. Trimble's going to run it into the front court herself and give it up to Perez. And their coach says, set it up. Perez kicks it on the wing. Baseline drive, a runner on the baseline, no good. And Dawkins saved a rebound from going out of bounds to Boston, to Lee Williamson. She'll pull a 3 and miss it long, but there's Fruit with a backside rebound. She's fouled on the way up, and will go to the line to shoot 2 when we come back from the media timeout with 4:08 to play in the third quarter. CSU leading 33-31.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
.408 left in the third quarter, 33-31 CSU.
Well, the big difference for CSU here in this third quarter, they are 5 of 12 from the floor. They've really picked it up on the offensive end. And at one point had a 7-point lead. I believe that's correct.
Yes.
But Southwestern has fought their way back.
Yeah, the 7-point lead came at the end of that 11-0 run. And Fruit's free throw is good. Down in St. Augustine, Flagler is leading Clayton State 40-38 at the half. Next one's good.
Boy, that would be some nice help for the Lady Cougars if Flagler could somehow pull that off.
Yeah, Clayton State had to survive and save themselves on the road at USC Aiken last Saturday, and they were able to do that. They throw the ball away again. Fruit up under, missed it. They get a rebound. Trimble does. They turn it over. We miss a bunny. That's a game recap. Dawkins in the paint. Dawkins turned it over. Long pass back. Trimble. Layup good.
Well, just Southwestern throwing ahead that time, and Chris Boston just kind of let her go.
Yeah, she's got 3 fouls. Dawkins off the glass, no. There's Chris with a rebound. Put it up, no. Rebound, Georgia Southwestern. Johnson picks it up in the backcourt, throws it to Cochran. Cochran, Johnson, Georgia Southwestern down by 3 with the ball. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. A 3 from the corner ties the game. Puts them ahead, I beg your pardon, 36-35.
And that is Samuel's third three-point basket of the game. And as you said, that gives Southwestern the lead back.
So they've erased a 7-point deficit in short fashion. Kayla, a wide open 3, way short into the hands of Georgia Southwestern. Boy, she really short-armed that.
She really did. That ball just came off her hand funny. Not even close.
Samuel for 3 again, this time no good. Knocked back into the hands of Samuel, who threw it into the Georgia Southwestern bench.
So Southwestern with a missed 3 and another turnover. They just keep piling up. They're at 23 now, I believe.
It's even hard to keep up for a math whiz. That's 24, according to the stats over here.
Just amazing. You can go on the road and turn it over and have the lead.
And Fruit drew the foul. And the Southwestern player, Samuel, took the brunt of that. Got hit in the face inadvertently.
Looked like Fruit, as she was making that move, brought her left arm up, and it caught Samuel flush right in the chin.
And it's 3 fouls on her, so that's literally adding injury to insult.
You get hit in the face and get a foul called on you.
The free throw by Fruit is good. She is 4 for 5 from the line tonight. Tack on another one. CSU back on top by 1, and Southwestern turns the ball over immediately and commits a foul. And first foul on Cochran. Perez checks back in for Cochran. Kayla Carter to the line for the first time tonight. And this one is no good. And that one's good. 2-point lead, Lady Cougars. Southwestern gets the ball into Johnson. Gets it to Perez, fumbled it, but ran it down. 1:55 left in the third quarter. Samuel gets it in the paint, off the glass, good. Jeffrey.
That's really the first post move we've seen from Jeffrey tonight, and a nice one it was.
Val Merlos dribbles inside of the arc. Her shot is blocked by Johnson. Johnson is ahead of the field and lays it up and in. And the Hurricanes have erased a 7-point deficit here in the third quarter, and they're back on top 40-38.
That was a really nice play by Johnson, making the block and then taking it all the way and laying it in.
1:14 to play in the third quarter. Merlot's behind the arc. Boston, we've got a foul on Jeffrey, holding Boston down on the baseline. They'll send Chris to the line. Chris 2 for 2 at the free throw line. We'll need both of these to tie the game with 1:07 left in the third quarter. And that one's good. Baseball team won a non-conference game, beat Montevallo 9-1 across the way at Ragsdale Field, Burger King Stadium.
Those guys are playing some good ball right now.
They really are. Ranked 23rd in the country, cracked the top 25, and just swept a Peach Belt series. They lead the Peach Belt Conference here in the early going. Perez for three, head of the key, good.
Boy, big shot from Perez. She really hadn't shown any inclination to shoot that shot for most of the night, but that one looked awfully good.
42 seconds left in the quarter. Ebo. Boston. Great pass to Fruit. Missed it. Missed an easy one. Rebound Southwestern.
Yeah, good call. That was an excellent pass from Chris Boston. Fruit has to make that.
Perez into the front court. Game clock and the shot clock in virtual sync. 15 seconds. Perez kicks it on the wing. Johnson, a little runner, in and out, no good. That's a break. Rebound Boston. 6 seconds. Kayla Carter. Kayla drives back, puts the shot up, misses it. Rebound goes to Georgia Southwestern. So despite an 11-0 run at one point in the third quarter by Columbus State, Georgia Southwestern will go to the fourth quarter with the same lead they had to start the third, a three-point lead.
Using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Scott Miller, Mike Shanda back at Herbert Green Court, getting ready to start the fourth. Georgia Southwestern leading CSU by 3.
Well, both teams did pick it up a bit offensively in that quarter. It was 20-20 in the third quarter. CSU still struggling from the floor, though, just 13 of 55. And if it wasn't for the 26 turnovers for Southwestern, they may be blowing CSU out.
They've got 26 turnovers and still lead by 3. CSU has 20 turnovers. They've got 26 rebounds and 26 turnovers. Samuel for 3, no. And the rebound goes to Kayla Carter. Into the front court, Kayla all the way. She's bumped and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That's a good decision that time by Kayla, taking it all the way to the rim, and Johnson with the bump. She doesn't like the call, but she forced the whistle that time. She bumped Kayla on the way to the basket. And you know, Scott, I wish I could tell you there was one certain formula I thought CSU could use to win this game. I'm not sure what it is tonight.
I think we've now officially reached the point where, for CSU fans, you seriously have to start worrying, because you keep saying, well, CSU will pull away, CSU will pull away. Georgia Southwestern has had none of that so far.
They have not. They've really done a good job of hanging in.
And we missed the second free throw. Double in the backcourt. Trimble. Kicks it out for three. Long. Backside rebound, Dawkins. Lee Williamson. Lee. Good pass to Boston. Layup good.
Excellent execution there by CSU. Beautiful pass from Lee. Nice finish from Chris. That's more like it.
And that ties the game. And a turnover in the backcourt. Chris, who took forever to get her first point, all of a sudden you look up there and she's got 10 points now.
Yeah, has not played one of her better games, but she has gotten to double figures.
There's Lee Williamson for three. They block that and come away with it. Perez to Samuel. Tie game a little over 1 minute into the fourth quarter. Southwestern. Jeffrey. Knocked away. Another turnover. Kayla going back. Stripped by Perez and out of bounds. It still belongs to CSU, but there is another excellent strip of a layup attempt. You count the number of layups we've missed and the layups that they've stripped away.
It's probably close to 20, I would say. And that's a lot of missed opportunities for CSU. Georgia Southwestern, they just do a great job of that.
Ebo, good pass to Dawkins, layup good.
Once again, great execution by CSU. Running that out of bounds under your own basket. CSU does a great job of that.
And we're back on top by 2. Perez. Perez is a good player. I like her.
Yeah, she is. She is a transfer from Nicholls State, so she was playing at the Division I level, has moved down. Good player.
Perez drives, kicks it back to Samuel. Will take a three and make it.
Well, she is their three-point shooter. That is her 4th three-pointer of the game. She has 13 points, and Southwestern has the lead back.
8 minutes remaining. Ebo drives in to Dawkins. Off the glass, missed it. Boston got a rebound, missed it. And they get a rebound. Trimble does. Then she turns it over. Lee from the free throw line missed it. Dawkins with a rebound and a foul on Georgia Southwestern.
Well, if nothing else, this game certainly, while sloppy, has been consistent. CSU getting offensive rebounds, missing layups. Georgia Southwestern finally gets the rebound, and they turn it over again. And they are rapidly approaching the 30 turnover mark.
One away from that.
And they lead.
Ebo baseline. We're down by 1 with 7:43 to go. Lee Williamson at the head of the key. Between the circles. Kayla Carter. Dawkins, high post. Boston, low post. Missed the shot. Rebound, Southwestern.
Well, she did everything right. Flashed into the middle of the lane, just missed the layup.
Smith, layup good. Another good entry pass to her.
Excellent entry pass, and they finish on one end. We don't finish on the other. Southwestern by 3.
7-11. Dawkins, good pass to Boston. Missed an easy one. Got it back. And they reach in and tie her up. The arrow belongs to CSU. Man.
And you really kind of feel for Coach Hauser over there. I mean, there's just nothing he can do. He can't go out there and make the shots for him. CSU's getting really anything they want around the basket. They just cannot convert.
Got to get into Lee behind the arc. They give her the 3. She dribbles up top. Down the left side of the lane. And a held ball, and the arrow belongs to the Hurricanes.
Nice job again by Georgia Southwestern. They just move their feet. They stay in front. And another forced jump ball by Southwestern.
Johnson to Blue, still in the backcourt. Makes it into the front court now. Blue between the circles. There's Samuel, look out. And a whistle and a foul on Dawkins in the paint as she collided in there with Trimble. Trimble took the worst of that, although Oz is hurting also.
Yeah, bad collision, awfully close to another turnover, but clearly A foul on Osh there.
Get it into Smith, to Blue. Johnson drives into the paint. Good pass, Smith, layup good.
Well, how many times have you said that, Scott? Good pass by Georgia Southwestern, and the lead all of a sudden is 5. CSU needs a bucket.
Ebo, an uneasy feeling hovering over the building now. Dawkins free throw line, missed it. Rebound Georgia Southwestern. Well, 6 minutes to go. Southwestern leads by 5. They've got the ball. Blue, little off balance to Samuel, drives in, off the glass, good.
That was a big-time move. Samuel now with 15 points, and CSU, did CSU call that timeout?
They did. Good timeout. Georgia Southwestern leads by 7 with 5:48 to play.
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/teamworks.
Well, things are pretty simple right now. Georgia Southwestern leads by 7, 5:48 to play, and somebody or somebodies for CSU have to step up and start making plays on both ends of the court.
Well, you've said this about this team all year. They have grit, and they have heart, and they have toughness, and they're going to have to reach down and find all 3 of those things and dig themselves out of this hole. Still plenty of time.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's still plenty of time to go here, and it's just a 7-point. You'd rather be the 52 than the 45, which we're not. But there's still plenty of time. Lee, foul on the entry pass. Trimble fouled Dawkins from behind. Just the 3rd foul on the Hurricanes. CSU has committed just 1 here in the quarter. Ebo, baseline, left of the basket. Gets it into Dawkins, puts it on the floor. Squares up in the paint, scores.
It's a big shot from Osh Dawkins right there.
Backcourt pressure, and a whistle and a foul on Lee. Just number 2. Johnson gets it into Trimble, who gets it to Samuel. Down the right side of the lane, missed the layup. Smith got it and put it back up and in.
Nice job by Southwestern beating that press with relative ease there, and right there to pick up the offensive rebound.
We can't swap buckets with him. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Still belongs to CSU. Still a little over half the quarter to go, though, even though the despair feels real. Kayla into between the circles. Dawkins in the lane. They reach in and tie her up. The arrow belongs to CSU. .15 on the shot clock, 4:58 left in the game.
And a lot of times, with these leads, the threes get you back into it, but CSU just 3 of 15.
Down by 7, got the ball. Fruit will attack, spins, shoots, misses. Southwestern had a rebound, couldn't hang on to it. Dawkins got it, put it up short, and Johnson got the rebound. Man.
The amount of shots missed around the basket is just staggering.
Southwestern has a 7-point lead in the ball, 4:39 to go. We need a stop right here. Johnson to the hoop, off the glass, missed it. Rebound goes to Fruit. Long pass out to Lee, layup, missed it. Ebo got it, put it up, scored.
Well, credit Ebo right there for following the play. Lee was trying to draw the foul and didn't get the call.
We get a steal. That's turnover number 30. Fruit is fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
A huge turnaround right there. Southwestern missing the layup with a chance to go up by 9, and CSU with the run out. They get the bucket to cut it to 5, and now a chance to get this thing down to a 1-possession game.
By the way, Josh tells me that's Ebo's 500th career point. She got a moment ago. The free throw is good by Fruit.
And that's good for her, and as we both know, Ebo not really a scorer. She does so many other things to help her team win, but good for her for getting to that 500-point mark.
And Fruit missed that one, and Southwestern gets the rebound. Well, 4:07 to go. Southwestern's got the ball and a 4-point lead. Johnson. Blue. Samuel, head of the key. Off the glass, good.
And what a move by Samuel. 17 for her now.
We're down by 6, 3:48 to go. Dawkins, good pass to Fruit. She fumbled it away. Southwestern has it. Blue driving and drew the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Kayla Carter made sure she wasn't going to make the shot. Southwestern coach wants an intentional foul, will not get that call.
Well, that asking for an intentional is about as ridiculous as his jacket that he's wearing this evening, and odd-looking green contraption he has on over there. Big free throws right here.
Good.
Yeah, Blue, a 69% free throw shooter.
Second one, missed it. But they got a rebound, they put it up, they missed that. They get another rebound, and they score that one.
And right now, Southwestern doing all the things you have to do to win a game, and Coach Hauser going to take another timeout.
Georgia Southwestern leads by 9 with 3:26 to play. .26 left. Lady Cougars with the ball, but trailing by 9 now. CSU has 1 timeout remaining. Georgia Southwestern has 4. Well, needless to say, we need a bucket right here. Ebo to Fruits. Good, and she's fouled. Count the basket. That's as good as you could hope for right there.
Absolutely. You said we need a bucket. Well, a bucket and a free throw is even better. And that would get this free throw right here, get this thing back down to 6. And you can certainly expect pressure from CSU. And let's see if Georgia Southwestern is willing to turn it over just a few more times. Let CSU back into this.
Fruit's free throw is no good, and the rebound goes to Georgia Southwestern. No pressure.
That missed free throw didn't allow CSU to set that pressure up.
Blue in the logo. They lead by 7 with 3 minutes to play. Gotta have a stop right here. Johnson to Smith. Turnover. Fruit to Lee Williamson. Baseline. They stop it, so she has to pull it out. She gets it to Dawkins. Dawkins is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. 2:45 to go, down by 7.
Good call by the official there, and a nice job of continuing to get that ball down in the post. Even though CSU's missed a ton of them, they continue to get the ball down there, and we need these 2 free throws.
So the 31st turnover could create a potential 4-point swing, and before I can even get it out of my mouth, she misses the first free throw. All right, if she misses this one of our 2 guards in there need to grab a rebound. Missed it. Rebound, Georgia Southwestern. They've got a 7-point lead with 2:38 to play, and they've got the ball. Blue, whoa, almost turned it over. And a foul.
Lee just a little bit too aggressive that time. Still no shots yet for Southwestern.
They'll shoot the bonus the rest of the way. 2:28 to play, 7-point lead. They've got the ball. Blue, Chapman.
You know, if I'm Southwestern, Samuel has got to touch the ball here. She has been unstoppable.
Blue, a drive, the shot, no. The rebound knocked out of bounds by Georgia Southwestern. Man, that shot hung up on the rim and fell off.
And that's big. That would have gotten the lead to 9.
Well, we're down by 7 with the ball with 2:07 to play. Ebo, a drive. Kayla Carter, a drive. Dishes it to Dawkins, gives it back to Kayla, missed it. Fruit got it, missed it. Rebound, Georgia Southwestern.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Blue into the front court. Blue kicks it to Chapman for 3, good. A 10-point lead with 1:38 to go. Ebo, good. 62-54, CSU calls its final timeout with 91 seconds to play.
That's exactly what CSU needed right there, a quick basket, and Coach Hauser now certainly going to get the pressure ready. And we've talked about the turnovers the entire game. Georgia Southwestern, I believe, with 31 of them to this point. We could certainly use a few more. Either that or some missed free throws. It's going to take one of the 2. And really, Scott, CSU has obviously not played very well, but give Georgia Southwestern a lot of credit. They came in here with virtually nothing to play for, and they played extremely well.
They indeed have, and Justin Payne, I tell you, Coach Payne's he's already done a good job. When he gets his players in there, they're going to be even better. Well, it's 1:31 to go. It's a 3-possession game, so there's still time, but you can't afford many, if any, mistakes on either end of the floor now.
Well, that is right, and the times that CSU has had an opening, they've not been able to really walk through it. They've missed free throws, they've missed a ton of layups, and if you can't get the steal and you want to put them on the line, you need to know who to foul. They're a 67% free throw shooting team.
All right, grab a lucky spot and see if we can't save ourselves at home. They get the ball into Blue. Blue is trapped in the back court. She gets it to Perez. Perez into the front court, runs away from Fruit with 1:21. Perez weaving through traffic and then throws it away. Turnover number 32 with 1:17 to play.
And Perez was putting on quite the dribbling display there. I'm not sure why she gave that ball up, but we'll certainly take it. And her coach is letting her know he didn't like that play at all.
So they're giving us a chance. Ebo, head of the key. Ebo gets it out to Kayla Carter for 3. No. Rebound. Dawkins saved it in the corner. Gets it to Ebo. A drive, a shot, good. 62-56. Southwestern with 1 minute to go. They fall down in the back court.
Well, the coach for Southwestern is way out of the box. He was all the way at midcourt screaming for the timeout, and the refs are letting him know he's got to get back in the box. That was crazy.
He was very fortunate not to get a technical foul, and one official pointing to another official to go over and tell the Southwestern coach something. Well, they want the ball. They're asking him where he wants the ball.
Well, the coach for Southwestern, Justin Payne, was closer to CSU's bench than he was his own, and he was going absolutely crazy. Now, did they give them the timeout, or was it okay? They gave them the timeout. So CSU needs to keep the pressure on here.
So with the rule in women's basketball, they get the timeout. They have 3 remaining, and they can advance it into the front court. 56.4 seconds. And Georgia Southwestern leads by 6. Do the Lady Cougars have a miracle in the bag tonight? It would take that. Georgia Southwestern with 32 turnovers. They get it into Trimble. She's double teamed, drives into the paint, kicks it up to Perez, running clock, 20 on the shot clock, hands it off, and a foul against Blue. She'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 45.6 seconds.
Mentioned it a moment ago. Blue came into the game a 69% free throw shooter. Tonight, just 2 of 4, and her last one was very short. So on the second one, the ladies need to be ready.
The first one is good. Front of the rim and kicked up over and in. Man, I didn't think that had a prayer to kick up, but it did.
And that one was short also. She got the kind bounce there.
And that one is no good long, and they get a deflected rebound with 42 seconds. Samuel, baseline, we got a foul. And Lee does with 35.6 seconds.
That's the one thing you cannot have happen. You have to be ready and aware, and that last free throw came off long, and CSU fell asleep.
All right, 7-point lead, 35.6 seconds. Samuel, no good long.
Well, that helps, and Samuel really has been the difference for Southwestern. She's been the one offensive player for them who's really made some big shots. She's got 17. Let's see if we can't get another miss here.
They've missed 11 free throws, make it 12. CSU gets the rebound with 34 seconds, down by 7. Get it back to Ebo. Oh, she missed a wide open layup, and it's knocked out of bounds by Georgia Southwestern. Still belongs to CSU.
You look at the scoreboard, we're down 7. All the missed shots around the basket. Just incredible.
So this will eat up more precious seconds. The ball is knocked out of bounds. 27.6. We're down by 7 on our baseline. Ebo looking to get it inside. Can't do it. Lee puts it on the floor. Drives in, shoots and misses. Knocked out of bounds by CSU with 21.8 seconds. And Georgia Southwestern calls another timeout, so they'll get to advance it into the front court.
Well, CSU has taken close to 80 shots in this game, and I think they've made 20, if I'm not mistaken.
20 of either 77 or 78, depending on if this live stats is not updated. Mike, we keep talking about the number of turnovers that Georgia Southwestern has, which is 32, and yet they've got a 7-point lead with 21 seconds. But CSU has turned the ball over 22 times tonight, and there's really hadn't been a whole lot of pressure.
There really hadn't. They've been careless with the ball, and you combine those 22 turnovers with all of the missed shots, and it just puts so much pressure on you that I mean, it's just been tough to watch. I mean, and a lot of those 55, 56 missed shots have been right around the basket. And, you know, CSU's only shot 16 threes and made 3, so they've had a lot of looks around the basket and just haven't been able to make those shots.
Well, it's a 3-possession game, 21.8. Georgia Southwestern by 7 with the ball in the front court. Chapman will get it into Trimble. Back to Chapman, got a foul. Chapman gets it over, and finally a foul with 16.7. We ran off 5 seconds there.
I'm with you. I mean, you have to foul right away. Well, this is unfortunate. It really is. The ladies just picked a bad day to probably play their worst game of the year. I mean, you just can't shoot the ball as poorly as they have and have a chance to win, and it just comes at such a bad time when they really needed another win.
26% from the floor tonight. Free throw's no good. Southwestern has opened the door multiple times, but CSU is running out of time to walk through that door. That one's good. 64-56, 15 seconds. They'll let Kayla drive in. She misses the layup. Boston with the rebound. Fruit misses the putback. Georgia Southwestern with it. And Georgia Southwestern has come in here and stunned the Lady Cougars of Columbus State on senior night. 64-56. Kudos to the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes.
I'm with you, Scott. That's really what I was going to say, is just to give them a lot of credit. They came in here and from the opening tip played well. I mean, even though they turned the ball over those 32 times, they did what they had to do, and credit their defense. They put pressure on CSU around the basket. CSU not able to convert. And, man, this loss really, really hurts. But CSU has no choice. They have to get ready to go Saturday, and let's hope for better things in the men's game.
And we'll talk with Coach Hauser coming up here in just a few moments, so stay with us here on Cougar Sports TV. Scott Miller back at Herbert Green Court, and Coach Matt Hauser joins us here as the Lady Cougars have lost 64-56. If we were in a boat and fell out of it, we wouldn't have hit the water tonight, and that sort of sums it up. We just could not make any shots at all.
Yeah. 26% from the field, 18% from the, three-point line. You're not going to win a lot of games. We held them at 48 shots for the entire game, and we shot 77. So, I mean, we beat them on the offensive rebounding end, 26-7, but can't put the ball in the hole today. So there's nothing, as a coach, there's really nothing more miraculous that you can do. You're getting them around the rim. You're getting them a wide open look. At the end of the day, we just got to have some players that, are effectively, and then they put the ball in the hole. And we just did not have that today across the board.
Well, that's a tough way. I know you've got to, we'll make this short. I know it's senior night. You've got to get over and do that. And we got to put this one behind us and go on the road and close out the regular season and try to get some momentum for next Wednesday night when we'll be back here in the conference tournament.
Yeah, we, at this point right now, it's just about getting them back into the captain's chair of, wanting to score the ball and wanting to put the ball in the hole. And, I mean, all of our stuff
You just
that
have
works.
to feel helpless.
Yeah,
over there.
I mean, as a coach, I mean, you're going to have these type of games, but, you know, somewhere along the line, you kind of have that player that, like, okay, during this time, I'm going to be the one that at least puts the ball in the hole. We'll keep the lead up. We'll keep it, you know what I'm saying, standard, and we'll come away with that win. And right now, you know, all the coaches, everybody, we're just looking around and trying to find that person. And